special edition of WeatherScope. Comprehensive severe weather coverage from the Weather Channel Forecast Center.
An area, we had trees down. We've also had some roof damage. Boats were tossed near the USS North Carolina Memorial. So there has been damage out there, and we're not completely out of the woods. Even though the winds are coming down, there still could be flooding problems and certainly coastal flooding because of the storm surge, what's left of it. We had a Category 2 hurricane as it made landfall, but it has weakened, which is typical of hurricanes. See, we had a pretty big ball of red here. That indicates a lot of convection near the center, and that was a little unexpected. It really got its act together right before it made landfall, and that was right in this area, not too far from Cape Fear, and then moving right up through this area we expect, and it has weakened. You can see the clouds have diminished quite a bit in most areas over the last 12 hours or so. Now, hurricane warnings still remain in effect from North Carolina. The Outer Banks, of course, being hit pretty hard, and certainly I-12, or rather Highway 12, was underwater in some areas and still may be, so check ahead. We've had reports of it underwater near Ottawa and also around Morehead City, and also reports of some tornadoes near Morehead City as well. And I'll tell you what, this telestrator's on its last legs, I think. It's been overworked through the last couple of days. Now, the Pamlico Sound region, right in here, we had a pretty good fetch of water. The storm surge, basically, it made the tide higher than normal, up to 6 to 8 feet higher than normal, and that caused extensive problems in this county. And that is Beaufort County, and right up here is Washington, and that area sustains extensive damage because of flooding, and still we will assess the damage, of course, during the daylight hours, and I'm sure we're going to see quite a bit of damage in that area. Meanwhile, the bands continue to move northward, and of course, in these bands of heavier precipitation, you still could find those hurricane-force winds. Meanwhile, the center is back here, and it is moving on to the northeast. A tornado watch remains in effect. We expect to see some heavy rain here. That's why flash flood watches are in effect for this area. Now, if you look back in time, this area has already seen 3 to 6 inches of rainfall in the areas shaded in yellow, and more is still falling, so watch out. There's our potential for rainfall.
Still in the 40s, would you believe? Look at these winds gusting to above 40 miles an hour.